Hello, and welcome to Long Time No See the podcast. Coming to you from Gold Diggers Recording Studios in Los Angeles, California. We'll be getting to know some of your favorite comedians a little bit better, and so will they. Each week's guests have no idea who their other guest will be, so without further ado, please remove your blindfolds and introduce yourselves.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Good to see you, buddy. You as well.
So you guys have your mics to the right there, JF.
In the chair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Hey, dude, what's happening?
Have you guys met before?
We have met
Yeah,
before.
we've known each
nice.
other for several years at this point.
Yeah, might even be decades at this point.
Yeah, probably like
But not,
12
like-
years.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember how we met. Was it New York?
I feel like it was in New York. Yeah, like 2010.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
remember we've always known each other,
Yeah.
but we've never really hung out.
No, we've done shows in a lot of different cities together.
We just did a show in Boston, what, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Together?
And then you had just gotten married?
Married, baby.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations again.
Yeah. And you lived in Chicago for a while.
Yeah.
I lived in Chicago for a while.
Were we
But
there
we
at the
were
same?
I don't think we were ever there. I lived in Chicago 2003 to 2007.
Okay, you were there before me then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was 2011 through 2017.
Because you were a Second City guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was an Improv Olympic and Annoyance guy.
Oh, that.
So for
yeah.
people who don't know, those are three different places where you can do theater to do improv or sketch comedy.
Yeah.
So it's Improv Olympic was an offshoot of Second City that was started by this guy Del Close and this lady Sharna Halpern,
Yeah.
which a lot of the famous Second City and SNL people are a part of.
Yeah.
And Second City is kind of like where SNL would pick their people from, and you did that.
Yeah.
I never did it.
I went the full corporate route because
Yeah.
like basically if you're a wrestling fan, Second City is like WWE, IO was like WCW, and Annoyance was like ECW.
Is that like backyard wrestling?
It was like very yeah, pretty much like very extreme, very like off the wall yelling.
And I
yeah.
love the Annoyance. I started doing the Annoyance right before I left Chicago.
Yeah.
And they asked me to be in a show, and it was after I already told my landlord I was leaving
Mhm.
and had planned to move back to New York. And I was like, oh no, I finally got invited into the club.
Yeah.
Because so much of my early 20s, besides being an alcoholic, was just failing at comedy.
Mhm.
And I did some of my best failing in Chicago.
Yeah.
And nobody tells you when you're new in comedy that you can, it's not, or new in the arts, like it's mostly not going to work out.
Yeah. It's I would say 95% of artists don't work out, because I have this theory that probably the greatest comedian that we'll ever see is someone we'll never see.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I know people who are so funny who don't do comedy.
Yeah.
You have to be deeply broken to do this. And the funniest people are probably pretty comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it takes most comics 10 to 15 years to get good, because it takes about 10 to 15 years to get comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, big time. And I'll even add to this, you have to have something so mentally like, oh, this thing happening when I was 7. Let me do comedy now. Like I need to like.
Do you know what your thing was?
Ooh, yeah, I think part of it was just being an only child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a big, because I just had this imagination and would just kind of sit alone in my room.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I'll play with my toys. They can
Hell
talk to
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what was the weirdest part about being an only child? Like, did your parents treat you like you were a third adult, or were you always treated as like a child?
So it's kind of a mixed bag. So my parents got divorced when I was 5.
So did mom treat you like second dad?
Not even that. I think I was treated more like gay best friend. Like she would
There would be
complain.
a lot of, how does this look?
Like,
And you'd be like, Mom,
no, like a lot of
you ain't
complaining
gonna get
about
me a
like
new dad in that outfit.
no, like a lot of complaining about different relationships or dating, and to be like, oh, it's okay, Mom, you'll get like
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. Yeah, a lot of comforting. So I didn't date till I was like 16 or 17, and that's when she was
'Cause
like,
you were dating your mom.
basically, yeah, well, yeah, basically. Well, I wouldn't say I was.
You were
I was
wingman.
I was wingmanning. Yeah. So there were guys that'd be like, "He's an idiot, mom. You don't want to date him," like that kind of thing.
And would she listen?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of the guys like kind of got weeded out that way.
Were there any of them that you liked?
Yeah. Well, okay. I think the one that she liked the most. Can I say his first name on here? Is that
Sure,
okay?
yeah.
This
You
guy
can say his
Oscar.
full name. I don't give a shit. I'm never gonna be on this podcast again.
He's probably
This
listening,
dude
but-
Oscar. He was a lawyer who lived like.
Oscar Isaac. Oh, okay.
I wish that would have been a lot cooler. But no, he was like very dweeby, but she was like infatuated with this guy. And yeah, and then like, but he would just never commit to a relationship with her. And he lived around the corner, so I was like, well, we know where he lives. Just like, let's go find him and figure it out. But she did get remarried, in like 2009, and she seems pretty happy.
So you were already full blown adult at that point.
Yeah.
How's it feel as an adult man to meet a man who's dating? You know, because like when you're a kid, you're like, this is an adult. But when you're an adult, you have a very different point of view probably on the people that your mom's dating.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't like my now stepdad at first. Like we didn't get along. We almost fought at Christmas one year. And then my dad was in AA, and which I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of the anonymous part, but
You're not in it, so technically.
yeah, I have no obligation. But I remember like calling him and being like, "Hey, this dude's wildin'. Can we fight him?" Or like, because I was like, I'm about to fight him, and my dad's like, "No, just come to the house and like we'll hang out here." So I had like a Christmas Eve that I stayed, not stayed, but I like hung out at the AA house for like several hours with my dad.
Oh wow! So your pops was in like a sober living.
Yeah, basically in and out of that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And did you ever do any like recovery work around that stuff? Like, did you ever do like a 12-step program for like child of alcoholic or any of that kind of stuff?
No, I didn't. I just now found out that that's a thing.
Oh, dog, we got programs. We got tools. We'll talk off air about that shit. But
Yeah.
Well,
but-
just quickly, could you guys introduce yourselves for the listener?
Oh yeah. We just hopped right in. We were like, "Oh, I know this guy."
Now that we're 10 minutes in, yeah.
Go ahead. You can start first.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's comedian Martin Morrow at Martin and Morrow. I do comedy, acting, and I'm 1/3 of Before the Bell, the best wrestling podcast in the world.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Hi, I'm comedian JF Harris. I have an Instagram handle that's the JF Harris. I think it's on most of those platforms. I have a podcast called The Mood Board, which is an arts and culture podcast. We talk a lot about design and shit like that.
Nice.
If you like Ames chairs, you will fuck with my podcast. And if you don't know what that is, step your game up.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got an hour special on the internet. You could see it's called People Make Mistakes.
Perfect.
I didn't know you were into art like that.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love art. Like from the time I was little, I think I grew up. I wasn't an only child, but I grew up with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of like falling and breaking stuff. And like I spent a lot of time as a kid in casts. So I spent a lot of time in my house as a kid, and I got super into movies.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got into skating and like skate magazines. And just like generally, I kind of grew up in the late 80s, early 90s. And it was pretty like most pop culture then, or adjacent pop culture, was art culture. So like your Radioheads, your Nirvanas, your those kinds of things. And good movies, Sundance Film Festival. So I was like a video store kid.
Nice.
And I was a video store kid at the perfect time to be a video store kid.
The
Like,
Prince of Blockbuster over here.
dude, we had Palma Video, which was
Whoa.
ours, which was at the end of my block. And it was in the 90s during that Sundance boom. So Reservoir Dogs, Dazed and Confused. And then right before DVDs came out, one of my friends worked at Palma Video and it was going out of business. And so he was like, come in and sign up for an account. And they had a thing where you could sign up for an account for $10. And he made me a fake account and you could take 10 movies. And so I just did that like 10 times. And because they were going out of business. So I had everything, and I had them for like 2 years, and then I was like, no, I got to get them on DVD because I was an idiot. It's like, but yeah, and when I skated, at the end of our block was a shopping center, like a strip mall, and there was this place in it called National Wholesale Liquidators, which was like a place that would just get all of the shit from all stores that had gone out of business. Like, so it was like a weird mix of everything, but they had a poster section, like almost like you would find in like a Spencer's Gifts or a Hot Topic. Yeah. And I remember going through and I found this painting that was the Salvatore Dali painting. And it was
original,
like,
or was it like
no,
okay.
just a poster. If it was an original, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be rich. And fucking, I saw this painting and it like blew my mind because it was this weird geometric shape that kind of looked like a person coming out of the desert that was glowing with like a hand coming down. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, and somebody put this on a poster, which meant it meant something. And it just broke my brain. So I bought the poster, I hung it on my wall, and then like went to the mall and found like a Dali book on sale when there were still bookstores in the malls, and like just went down a rabbit hole on Dali when I was like probably like in 7th or 8th grade. And then after that, like that kind of just spread it out between like skate videos and that. And I was in a good time for skate videos because people like
CKY or
like Video Grooves was one, and like Spike Jones was making the yeah right videos and all the girl skateboard videos, and that kind of bleeded into all the movie stuff. Yeah, and that just kind of, and also just like I was like, I'm terrible at sports, and I like escaping into other worlds, and those were all things I could do.
I didn't even know you were a skater.
Yeah, I was a rollerblader, which people consider.
Wait, so not skateboarding, you rollerbladed.
I was rollerblading. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I was the guy who made the videos.
That's kind of a sport. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I mean, yes.
No.
But there was a couple of kids who were pro from where I was.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which was cool. And one of them still skates professionally and is like a guy who has like a pro skate. Nice. And stuff like that. And one of my friends, my senior year of high school, like ended up on the cover of Daily Bread magazine, which was cool. But I was like, because I had broken so many bones, I was scared to like really try anything. So I would skate a lot. It was the first time in my life I ever got skinny too, because I was a fat shit growing up. Still a fat shit now.
No,
but like, fine. I mean, we are very loose at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we have the types of bodies that we think we're fat, but it's also we are in Hollywood. But then when we see like real fat people, they get upset when we call ourselves fat.
Oh, I'm a Texas 10.
Oh yeah, dude. When I'm back in Alabama, they're like, this boy is a god. We didn't know you had so many abs.
They're like, okay, Jason Statham, take it down a notch.
Nice. Well, I got some questions here for you guys.
Oh, cool.
What was your most recent bomb, and how does it compare to your worst bomb?
Oh, shit.
Ooh, I got one. So this would have been like 3 weeks ago, and I say it's a loose bomb, you know. But I had double booked myself on a Friday night. I had one show that was paying well, and but they were like, "Hey, be here at like 7:50." I'm like, "Perfect." So I was like, "Okay, I can book another show that's about 30 minutes away. I'll go up first on that one." That show is supposed to start at 7. And for whatever reason, I thought, okay, if it says it's going to start at 7, it's going to start at 7, as if any comedy show has ever actually done that. So I get there, and they're like, yeah, we're holding till 7:30. They had plenty of people there, but they were like, oh, we want people to still like mingle and have fun. I'm like, I got to go soon. They're like, oh, well, you can just leave at 8, right? And I was like, no. I have to be there at 8. Yeah. And so they're like, okay, so we have you third. I go, no, move me up. They're like, okay, we'll move you second. I go, okay, does the person going first have somewhere to go? They're like, no. I go, then put me first. Like, it's fine. So I got like a really cold intro. And then like the lights were out for my set. Basically, they just had like this red light around it. And I like a dress. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm a stripper or whatever. And and so I was kind of like commenting on that, and then I would do a joke, and like the joke just would not hit. And I'd do like, I wouldn't say A material, but I was like, this feels like more of a B crowd, and they just were not loving it. So then I started doing like a little bit of crowd work, and they would laugh at that, and I think that pissed me off. And I was like, I'm not your fucking monkey, so I'm not gonna do crowd work this whole set. And then I think because I said that, that made them think I was legitimately angry. And so then like I was supposed to do 12 minutes, and at minute 11 they turn all the lights on, like the spotlight turns on, the other lights turn, like the whatever. And I go, no, that's not fair. That all the other comics get full lighting, and my whole set I got no lights. You turn them off for everybody. Everyone performs in the dark just like I had to do. And then and so then the dude just started playing music, like to play me off. Oh my and I've never had that happen before, especially on like a show like this.
You
and
got
I was
Sandman.
I got Sandman.
Yeah.
And I go, you guys are playing me off? Is that what's happening? And they're like, yeah. So I just like, I leave, and like I'm running late to my other show. And luckily the host did more time. And it's funny because the second show was like in a church, clean show, like very Christian-y comedy. And I was freaking out about that one, thinking, oh my God, they're going to fucking hate me. Because I'm not like, you know.
Sometimes those are the funnest shows.
Dude, it was the best. It was night and day.
I've had to do a lot of clean comedy in my life, and because I had bills to pay.
Yeah.
And sometimes those crowds are funner. Like, hot take, Mormons actually have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like, and if they're
Do you
at
have a dry
comedy
bar?
show, no, I haven't done dry bar, but I've done Salt Lake City a lot in my life. And like the Mormons who go out, they're like, we're naughty.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to tell our pastor about this on Sunday. I almost said Monday because I don't know how praying works or church works.
You can pray whenever, I think.
That's true. You can. I did it this morning.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. To a higher power of my own understanding. But once again, that's off mic topics. I had to look through my phone because I have a terrible memory, and I was scrolling through seeing stats, and the last one I can remember is it wasn't totally a bomb, but like similar. Like I was doing a show at the Lyric Hyperion. I was opening for my friend who was like filming a little bit of a special thing, and I went out and I was being loose and fun and doing like joking around, crowd work stuff, just making a fun vibe for the crowd. And then I was like, okay, they're filming. I can maybe get this tape. And there's a thing that every comic has to put up with, which is to do any one of these late night talk shows, you have to make a tape of 5 minutes to send to the talk show. And I'm trying to make so I went from being loose fun guy to like, these are my late night jokes for the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. And which was a very different, like, they're more like, you know, would be great for the Irvine Improv or a crowd, but for like the hip East Side Lyric Hyperion crowd, they were like, what happened to the fun guy we were just hanging out with? And now you're telling very timed jokes in a very kind of stiff way.
Yeah.
And I felt them pulling back and told them what was happening. And I was like, you guys don't want this. I was like, you don't want my late night with Jimmy Fallon, let me tell you about my wife jokes. And
we
then
don't
I was
have a TV, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, all right, fuck it, pulling the ripcord. And I pulled the ripcord, and then I switched to like the jokes that are like closer to, you know, my political belief jokes. And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, this is the guy we liked.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, let's hear about Luigi. Jimmy Fallon don't let you talk about Luigi.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, maybe you would.
Raise a little chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that it's fun now. I rarely catch a hard bomb too much anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's similar with you. You do this long enough and you know how to bomb and still be funny. Like I can work on new material and all the new material will do bad, but I'll still have a good set.
Yeah.
Because I have all of the, I have 16, 17 years of like little save lines that's like, okay, never going to say that one again, and the audience laughs, or this or that. And you just have those so you can jujitsu it forward.
Yeah.
And I'm also okay with just being like, I don't know, is this a thing? Which I think just makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah. It's more of a conversation in that.
Yeah, and when you're doing that late night thing, you don't feel like you feel like a person on television telling them jokes, so they act like a person at home watching jokes. They don't need to laugh.
Yeah. Just have random applause breaks.
Yeah, sure. And they're just like, eh.
Yeah. Wasn't there a second part to that question too?
Yeah, versus your worst bomb. So those were your guys' most recent. Yeah, does one stand out in your mind as like that was truly the worst?
I got one. Probably my worst one. So it was back when I was in Chicago. My manager at the time was like, "Hey, can you do like 10 minutes clean?" I'm like, "Yeah." He He goes, okay, because Cat Williams needs someone to do like some time. And I'm like, dude, fuck yeah, like Cat. So UIC Pavilion is like 7,000 people. I remember I had like got a new suit from H&M. It was like this tweed blue suit. And I was like, I'm gonna wear my suit. Like, you know, I like left work early and stuff. I get there and I'm like, hey, I'm here to check in. They're like, who are you? And I was like, I'm Martin. I'm supposed to be opening for Cat. They're like, we don't have you on the list. And I'm like, I'm checking in with this DJ guy. They're like, yeah, the DJ quit this morning. And I'm like, then I don't know what. So then eventually the security guard comes and gets me. He goes, yeah, I know where you need to go. So at the pavilion, there's like a shit ton of dressing rooms. I got none of them. They're like, yeah, you can change out here. And it was like a little lobby area where I remember there was a vending machine, a microwave with a pizza box on top. So I had to like put my suit on top of the pizza box. And the show was supposed to start at 8, and they ended up starting late. So then the host they all come in. The host like, hey, what's your name? I go, Martin. Martin goes, okay. And you live here? I go, yeah, but I'm from Alabama. He goes, all right, cool. So he goes on stage. He does. This is me quoting the joke. This is not me saying this. This is me quoting what he said. He goes, we got any dyke bitches in the house tonight? Where the dyke bitches at? Dyke bitches make some noise. And here like 2 women like, I guess us. And he goes, well, I got a new drug for the dyke bitches out here. It's called Try Dick Again. If you ain't hear it, it's Try Dick Again. Let me slow it down for you. Try Dick Again. Your next comic is from right here, born and raised from Chicago, Illinois. Give it up for he called me Mark Morrow. And I was like, oh, man, all that's wrong, whatever. So I come out, I start dancing. They're like, yeah, dance, right? And then like for whatever reason, my brain just like froze. And like the set I had planned, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do a lot of pivoting here. So I go into some joke, it does okay, and then I go, so I'm from Alabama, boo, Birmingham, boo, and then it just was like a rain of boos. It felt like
Showtime at the Apollo again?
yeah. Or like, have you seen 300?
Yeah.
So you know the scene where all the arrows are hitting Leonidas? Yeah. That's how like the boos were hitting me. Just dot. Yeah. So I think I made some snide comment like, you guys are just mad because you've never met your fathers, right? And then the host was like, just come off. So I was supposed to do 10 minutes. I did 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And like Cat's manager's like, it's okay, it happens. It's okay, it happens. And so then the host goes like, y'all wasn't fucking with that? Y'all wasn't fucking with the da-da-da-da shit? All right. And then like moved on. So I just sat and watched the rest of the show just like distraught. And I remember 2 of the stagehands were like breaking down everything afterwards. And they were like, man, I feel bad for that one guy. And he was like, yeah, he was really awful. Like, he should quit doing this. And usually I'm a very like meek person, but I go, are you guys talking about me? And they and they look over at me and they go, yeah. And I was like, all right. So I had like the most silent car ride. I remember getting like text messages from people who were there who were like, hey man, it's okay, you'll be all right. And then people who weren't there were like, how'd it go?
Suicide hotline check.
Dude, it was that bad. And so I went to an open mic like right afterwards because I was like, okay, if I bomb at this open mic, I'm never doing comedy again. Like if I that'll just be like God telling me something. But like I did okay I did well at the open mic. So I was like, okay, so it's not me.
Comedians
that just wasn't right.
So fucked up. Yeah. I bombed in front of 10,000 people. Let me get in front of 20 who are going to be way more judgmental.
Yeah, man.
After every time I used to bomb when I was like really young in comedy, I used to go home and watch Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian because you see him bomb in it like bad.
Yeah.
You see Jerry bomb bad, and it used to make me feel better. And I've watched that movie so many times, I can recite it front to back, and I can also do the director's commentary with him and Colin Quinn because that's how many times I bombed in the beginning.
Wow. I need to rewatch this then.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
I 2 pop out at me. The first one was I did, there used to be this club in Maryville, Indiana called Wisecrackers. It was part of a Yoda run. which is a family that used to book a lot of comedy clubs. Now they book like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But they used to book like 20 comedy clubs. And when you're starting out, like you get in with the Yoders and you can get a lot of work.
A lot of one-nighters.
Yeah. And so I did this club called Wisecrackers, and it was in this giant hotel that when you walked into the lobby, someone in the 70s designed it as like this is going to be a great place to take your mistress hotel. You know? Like the inside felt like the scene from the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii. Like it was 1970s, like grotto pool, and it was like a convention center. And they had this comedy club where they took the breakfast buffet and they put lights on the ceiling, and they would like cover up the buffet, put out a stage, and they would throw a show. And it sounds like it should be terrible, but the show was always incredible. It was always really good. And so I did it like 2 or 3 times. And the last time I went, the Friday show, normal show, the Saturday show is Valentine's Day. That you hear that noise? That's because Valentine's Day is a notoriously hard comedy weekend. You will make more money than any other weekend because you will hit all of your bonuses because all of your shows will sell out. But it's a lot of people on first and second dates who don't know each other that well and are afraid to like laugh at certain shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't even this problem. They moved the show from the very nice, tight, compact comedy club into the ballroom.
Oh.
And let people sit themselves.
Oh.
And there were people spread out across this whole ballroom, and they didn't have enough people to fill it. So it was like a half-empty, spread-out ballroom, and sitting in the front row was a table of all bikers and older bikers, but bikers, probably in their 60s, and then one lady with them. There might have been a couple ladies, but one lady with them in the front row who had on her leather vest, who was on oxygen, who just heckled me the whole show.
Jesus.
And you can't say anything back because you're going to get jumped by a bunch of bikers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's Meemaw.
Yeah, she's like, you should quit doing this. And I can't be like, I'm going to take advice from a lady who was on oxygen. Like, clearly both of us are making bad decisions, you know? And I just ate it so bad. Like, it was like one of the worst ever. Because I was young in comedy too, so I didn't have like the chops to like shut her down or be like, what do you want to hear jokes about? You know, like I had none of the tools yet.
Yeah.
And I was just, it just like, it's one of those ones where you're just like, well, I'm going to go be sad in my hotel room now, you know?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, she's probably dead now.
Oh, 100%. Makes me feel better. Not really. I don't know. She's a miserable person, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if she's still alive, she's losing her Medicare soon anyway, so that's fun.
If you guys were headlining a comedy tour with historical figures, who would be on your lineup?
Oh, shit.
Martin and Friends or JF and Friends? And where would you go in the lineup? Would you host?
Historical figures.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So there's non-comedians. Okay.
It could be anyone, yeah.
I would do, it'd be like me, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr.
Hysterical, by the way.
Yeah. and Ronald Reagan. And at the end of the show, we'd all beat up Ronald Reagan each stop.
I would like to buy a ticket to this show.
Here you are.
If I had to pick, I would go Kurt Vonnegut because he was very funny, and he would headline. I would feature, or actually no, I'd host Kurt Vonnegut and oh man, who's really funny? Who I love. I would love to see James Baldwin try to do stand-up comedy. That would be pretty dope.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. James Baldwin. Because he's funny, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he's like, and I could imagine him having a big Instagram, TikTok following now if he was still alive. You know?
Yeah. He'd definitely have a crazy
I would go
TikTok.
Baldwin, Vonnegut, and if we want to get a third comedian or a third writer in there, let's go Allen Ginsberg. Because then you got some weird dude on the lineup, you know, big beard. You would see him in an alt room anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta.
So you got like alcoholic professor, intellectual gay man, and one-liner alt comic.
Yeah. You're getting all the septum piercings in that crowd.
Exactly. Yeah. We will sell a lot of tickets in Portland.
Nice. If when you died, you got put into a room for eternity with people who died the same way, how would you want to die?
Having sex.
Yeah, you'd be in there with some legends. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Ooh.
just a bunch of fat guys who died sweaty having
Yeah,
sex.
yeah. Or really old people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels, he'd be in there. The like provocateur who died having sex because he took Red Bull and like a gas station dick pill.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm going to change my answer.
Gosh, how would I? Can I just die of old? Well, no. So would everyone? If I die of old age, would everyone there just be old people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't sound fun. Dude. You know, I guess this is a face your fears type thing. I used to have this reoccurring nightmare as a child, or in my teen years, where I'm in a car and a bridge is gone, and then the car like goes off the bridge, and I would feel it like in my sleep. So I feel like a lot of cool ass people died that way. So maybe that's how I'd go out.
You want to go out Thelma and Louise
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
They would both be there. Yeah.
The homies.
Nice. That'd be a fun one. If you could see, sticking in the same vein here, if you could see any statistic about your life when you die, what would it be? So how many miles you walked or something like that?
Oh.
How many people you met?
Oh, I got one for this.
for it.
I'd want to know how many times I was right when people were convinced that they were right, but it was actually me who was right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I fucking told him. I knew it.
Yeah.
They lied on me. Yeah.
I would love to know how many people I've made laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I have no clue. I haven't kept the best records in my life about comedy stuff.
It's also hard to know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've, like, done, like, similar. Like, I've gotten to play in a lot of arenas, opening for famous people, and, like, yeah, and just, like, 8 million open mics in my life and stuff like that would be pretty cool. Or that, or, like, how many shows or how much time of my life have I spent on stage would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are great ones. If your voice popped into the heads of everyone on Earth, what would you say?
Follow me on Instagram. It helps the algorithm.
I would probably say fascism is bad. You have Stockholm syndrome.
Kill the president.
Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to say that if it's a satirical joke, by the way.
Yes, it was a joke. Don't do that, anybody.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, never mind.
Yeah.
Who are you guys' celebrity crushes, and what would your opening lines be?
Oh, shit.
My celebrity crush. My growing up, and maybe even to this day, because she got arrested, Michelle Branch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, Michelle Branch, the Making My Way Downtown?
No,
lady?
that's Vanessa Carlton. Michelle Branch did the song with Santana. It just takes a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Started with it. Yeah, I used to, because she was on the cover of like Maxim when I was in like 8th or 9th grade. And I think that turned me from a boy to a man. And she was also very talented and ethnically ambiguous. So yeah, I was a big fan. And then she like got arrested for beating up her boyfriend a couple of years ago, and I was like, hell yeah.
Is that your kink?
No, not getting me. No.
Because if so, now we know where you're going to end up in heaven.
Yeah.
You and 20 other dudes with belts around your necks and black eyes.
You know what? If it's Michelle Branch, dude, then maybe that's my opening liner. Like, hey, I can take a punch.
Yeah. There you go.
That's funny. It's funny. You saying the Rob getting busted stealing stuff thing made me think Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah.
Which would Winona Ryder would definitely be one of mine. She was like one of my early crushes. And then I also love Jenna Rollins. And so if I could teleport into that car in in Night on Earth, the Jim Jarmusch movie, and just be in there with the two of them, like, what's up, lady? That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Or Parker Posey's up there for me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused Parker Posey.
Yeah.
My wife kind of looks like Parker Posey. Kind of hit the lottery there.
Yeah. You're searching it out. Your whole
I
life.
wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
When White Lotus came out, like halfway through the season, I was like looking at Parker Posey and looked over at my wife and I was like, oh shit. I was like, independent movie nerd me did it.
Did you ask her to do the accent after that?
Her mom and her mom's family grew up in North Carolina. So the whole time she was doing the bit that everybody was doing online of like, Parker, no, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And she would be saying all this stuff. And I was like, I don't hate this.
Yeah.
Not using a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive are you?
I'm attractive enough to where if I went missing or was brutally murdered, at least 4 years afterwards, there'd be a 30-minute documentary on Hulu or Tubi about it.
Dog, you're better than Tubi.
Thank you.
So that's like saying they put my funeral shirts on the home shopping channel. Oh man, not using a scale from 1 to 10. I'm handsome enough that if I was your local barista, you might come in a little bit more than you need to.
Nice.
You know? Yeah,
That's a
you'd
good
be
one.
like, the guy at the coffee shop, I think he has a crush on me.
Nice, yeah.
He keeps
Get
smiling
excited
at
to
me.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were perfect. Do you guys have any useless talents?
Stand-up comedy? No.
I don't know how well, okay, I guess I have a vast knowledge of wrestling things, and to the point where my friends say I have Martism because I can't do math for the life of me, but I could like run down like the last like 5 Royal Rumble winners and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's fun. I honestly don't think I have any skills. Like outside of doing dick jokes, I'm a little bit useless.
Can you still rollerblade?
So then everything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like I'm at the age now where I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. I could break something. Though I do have health insurance now. Get married.
Nice.
Hard pitch for.
What about irrational fears? You guys have any irrational fears?
Oh, yeah. Mostly like death stuff.
Mhm.
Like anytime I feel something in my body, I have to like tell my brain like, hey, buddy, chill. We're okay. Because like as a kid, similar, I used to like, I have like this nerve damage thing that causes my hands to shake. And so like from the time I was a little kid, I had to go get like MRIs to make sure there wasn't something wrong with my brain and shit. It runs in my family. But I met kids who were actually sick. And from that moment on, like I've become a bit of a hypochondriac. And I don't really talk about it much, but I like deep inside, I'm like,
Yeah.
a lot of the times I'm like, what's that feeling? Oh no, is there something in my neck? It's like, no, you've just had your head craned on your phone for 12 hours.
Yeah. Just texting too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is a little bit more recent. I didn't think about it until, I want to say 2 days ago. In my bedroom, there is a big ass spider that was like in the corner. But it was on the ceiling in the corner. I was like, okay, if I try to hit it and miss, he falls down. I don't know where he is. If I spray it, then that's another thing where he could jump or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to leave him in the corner. If he just chooses to stay in this corner, we won't have an issue. And then I went to sleep thinking that the spider would have the same logic as me. And like we would just have an agreement of like, this is your space. Just don't go anywhere here. And when I woke up, the spider was gone. And now I'm like, he's going to like fuck with me when I'm sleeping, isn't he? Like he's going to, he's in my bed. I know he's in my bed somewhere and I have like black sheets. So I'm even more terrified.
So if this makes you feel any better, spiders generally don't fuck with people and they fuck with the things that would hurt you. So they eat mosquitoes, they eat bed bugs, they eat like all of the shit that you don't want in your house. They help fight disease and germs. Spiders are actually a good thing to have around. I also hate them and have them around because we live in Los Angeles and there's an abundance of them.
Yeah.
But spider good.
Well, good. That's so now my irrational fear is.
Well, you're
cured.
still going to have it, not because I said that. But I'm just giving you a little bit of a They're okay.
Okay.
If you guys were a ghost haunting one specific location, where would it be, and how would you mess with people?
Oh man.
Ooh. You know, this is the second time this question's come up this week.
Really?
Either because I was at the Magic Castle on Tuesday, and we're like, how many ghosts do you think live here? And I was like, probably like a decent amount, but I don't know how like weird they are. So because I guess there's like a tunnel.
Ghost and magician, so annoying.
Yeah.
Ooh, is this your card? So yeah, but I was like, I guess the conversation was like, would you want to haunt a place that's fun, where you could like see people or interact that will still be around for a while? And I was like, yeah, so the Magic Castle would be fun to haunt, or the Comedy Store. I'd haunt there and just like fuck with people I don't like.
That's funny.
You're gonna bomb.
That's funny. You said the fun thing, and I was like, oh, haunting an amusement park would be pretty fun. But I would love to haunt the parking lot of a Planned Parenthood. Just fuck with all the protesters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Jesus. You're wrong.
I would have been the baby. This is actually pretty sweet. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that people are born funny, or is it a learned skill?
Learn skill.
I think both. Kind of going back to something we said earlier, I think that the people who are born funny don't typically need the validation, so they end up being like the cool guy at the office, or like, oh man, Rick, that's my brother-in-law who's really hilarious. And I think it can be learned or be taught or learned, but I think that sometimes comes as a defense mechanism or a trauma response or different things that, again, could occur throughout your life that you end up picking up the habits of being funny.
Yeah, I came from a family that made jokes, but like, what's up?
Did I already ask you this one?
No.
Oh, okay.
But like, I wasn't like I wouldn't consider, like, I didn't consider myself. I heard somebody say this thing once that's really good. It was Mike Birbiglia. He said someone was like shocked that he wasn't being funny at like a party, and he said, comedy is a language that I speak. And so you doesn't have to speak it all the time. And that was like one of the things I most related to, because I generally tend to be kind of a more serious person.
Yeah.
So when I'm in conversation, I like to talk about like deep, I'm not just dick jokes 24/7. And so, yeah, I definitely feel like it was a skill that took me a very long time. It's a language that took me a very long time to develop. It's like playing jazz or any instrument. Like, it's just a muscle that you build.
Yeah.
And it's odd, like, people get very upset if you're a comedian and you're quiet somewhere. They're like, why aren't you, like, doing stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just...
Because you didn't pay me, and the context of this dinner party would be weird if I was telling my jokes out of context.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about abortion?
Yeah.
I'd never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You meet your 13-year-old self, but you can only tell them 3 words. What do you say and why?
You are enough.
Oh.
I still have to tell myself that all the time now.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's very hard in this business to stay present and in the moment, because it comes with a lot of financial instability and financial fear. So you're constantly in this place where you're, like, trying to move forward, and you rarely look back at, like, all the shit you've achieved, which is usually quite a lot. And it's very hard to be present and in the moment and appreciate like what you've had and the journey you've taken to get there. And if you don't think you're enough, no matter where you get in your career, you're always going to be disappointed.
Mine's a toss-up. One is more sentimental. It'd be call dad more. Because that's one of those things, like when you lose a parent kind of early, when you're young, you think, oh, my parents will be around forever. I understand, like, grandparents, like, that's part of life that they die, and that's, like, a lesson. But, like, parents, like, my losing my dad at 21 and, like, before, like, grandparents and other people who I would have considered, like, older or, like, oh, they're the ones I have to, like, go through that about. It fucked me up in a way that I think while it boosted a trajectory comedy-wise, I think it's still, like, stunted a lot of growth in other ways. And it's something to like rectify, and I'm dealing with therapy and psychiatrists and shit like that for that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that'd be probably the main one. The sillier one would be don't date whites.
All of us? All of us. I get it.
Those ones were great. What do you guys think everyone should try at least once?
Whites. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Getting involved politically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think especially now in an era where everyone has an opinion that is voiced to the masses, be it heard or not, they sometimes lack the information and are just going off of anger or pride or things of that nature without actually getting involved or listening to the things that would benefit them. And that's why I think a lot of our country is in the shape it's in.
Yeah, fucking tribalism.
Yeah.
Like uninformed idiots just like, I wear the American flag because I'm an American. It's like, yeah, that's disrespectful to have on an American flag thong. Like, people didn't die for the stars and stripes so your balls could be supported.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're wearing it like it's a costume, not like it's a ideology.
Yeah.
I would say go to public school, in specifically a place like New York City, because when you grow up with everybody, it's hard to hate everybody. Like New York City public school, terrible education. I learned almost nothing except how to be and get along with every kind of person. Well, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, so everyone was still homophobic. But, yeah.
Good. What was the worst fad you were into? Other than rollerblading.
I was just
Yeah.
I was gonna make that joke. The worst fad I was into. Did Janko jeans count? I mean, I don't know, because those are like coming back. It's funny, I'll go to like a flea market now and half of the kids in their teens are dressed like me in the 90s. Like it's like
it's all coming
rocking
back.
a Pavement t-shirt and fad I was into. I had a girlfriend in 8th grade who collected Beanie Babies, and we spent half of a vacation to Florida driving around trying to hunt for the Beanie Babies during that Beanie Baby craze.
Oh, yeah.
When they were like, this one's worth $5,000.
Was it the like rainbow bear?
Probably, yeah. And in retrospect, you're like, I should have just been at the fucking beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wasted a whole trip.
Yeah.
Probably, what were they, Pogs? Is that what they were called?
Oh,
Yeah.
I had an OJ slammer. Free the juice.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Pog maker. So what you would do is if you had like an image you wanted, so I had like a magazine collection, and you would press it onto the blank Pogs, and it would like mash it, so you'd have like of O.J. Simpson Pog or whatever, Cameron Diaz Pog or like whatever you wanted based off of what was pressed into it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of wish I had that now. Do you find I don't know exactly how old you are. I'm 42.
36.
36.
Yeah.
So I am like, nostalgia has always been a big thing for millennials, but right now it's more about tactile nostalgia.
Mhm.
Like I got a thing that turns my Apple Watch into an iPod, so I'm on my phone less, and I'm like old VHS recorders. I've always been a film camera guy, but like now more than ever, I'm like just trying to be like, how do I get away from my phone and do things kind of a harder way that takes a little bit longer? That feels like, do you have that urge at all?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say in the exact same sense, but like I'm a figure collector,
Okay.
and the easy route is just to get something shipped to me. But every now and then I'm like, you know what if I just drove to like 5 different Walmarts to see if I could find it?
That's super fun. That's
Yeah.
making a day of it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
becomes an adventure.
Yeah.
And I don't think people adventure out as much. Like, I think the idea of adventure is I have to go to another country and, parasail or whatever. What it's like, no, just like go to somewhere that's 30 minutes away.
Dude, one of the greatest realizations on my honeymoon, we were in Thailand and we went to Bangkok and we did this food tour and it was $70. They took us to 6 different restaurants, the flower market. We drove around in tuk-tuks and I was like, oh, there's this in LA.
Yeah.
Like no matter what city you live in, you can go do a food tour. You can do the tourist shit. You can learn 6 new restaurants and do that. And I do that stuff when I'm on the road or I travel, but I do think it's just as important to do it where you live. Like, I remember when I first moved here, I was like, I'm going to be an Angelino. I'm going to get into LA. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to make sure I like it. And I would go to Dodgers games. I would go to see shows at the Mocha. I would do all that stuff. And I feel like now at 10 years, I'm like, I got shit. I'm not doing that. And I want to do more of that.
So I do Big Brothers, Little Brothers program.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my little brother, there are things that I have not really thought about experiencing, but like because he's not into like sports or anything like that, but just certain.
My guy.
Yeah. He actually might be a better pair. But like he loves chess, so I found a chess group that is in downtown LA where they just sit outside and play chess with each other.
Hell yeah.
And he has like this like ultimate chess set, which is like it's I think I want to say like 10 or 12 different colors, and you basically have to conquer each like section and stuff like that. So
Wow.
that, going to museums, but I think it's going to these things with like younger unjaded eyes and just being able to see Pasadena or downtown LA or wherever. Like he loves bowling, like so we do that, and like that's become a challenge because I suck at bowling, but I'm like I'm not about to let an 11-year-old fucking beat me at bowling. So so there's that like competitive aspect that it makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations on doing a nice thing for a human being.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I recommend it for everybody. Sign up for your local Big Brothers, Little Brothers.
If you just won $1 billion, what are you still not buying?
A Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire, still not getting a Tesla. Nice.
Yeah, YouTube Premium. It was free when I fucking signed up.
Yeah.
There were no ads. And the fact that that YouTube now, like if I have an ad blocker on, they're like, hey, we noticed you have an ad blocker. Yeah, motherfucker. You have so many other videos, so many people watch. It's okay for me to have my ad blocker on. Leave me alone.
They're through the roof with the ads too. It's every 20 seconds.
Well, the person
Unless you're watching this on YouTube, then keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching
Then
this.
watch those ads.
the amount of ads are determined by the person who puts out the video.
Yeah, but
So it's all like how much money they're trying to. I understand having one at the top,
Yeah.
maybe one at the end, maybe even one in the middle.
Ours are gonna be full. Ours are after every joke.
Nice. Squarespace.
Yeah, a 5-minute one after every question. Do you guys have a pre-show ritual, and do you have a go-to on-stage outfit?
I don't have a pre-show ritual.
Nice.
I have if I'm on the road, I kind of like to treat the whole day as like a work day.
Mhm.
So if I'm traveling, it's like I'll go to a coffee shop, spend the day in the coffee shop, kind of write, look over sets, do stuff like that. But if I'm home, it's just like do whatever I gotta do around the house, make dinner before I leave, and then head over.
Yeah. But while you're in the green room, do you pace around? Do you listen to
Nah,
an
I
old
like to
set?
bullshit with the other comics
because
because
the other comics, yeah.
I want to be as close to myself as when I get on stage as humanly possible.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a ritual either. I think at most, depending on the level of show, like when they say my name, I say, oh, that's me. Like that's just like a little hype up thing I kind of do sometimes. As far as like a uniform, like a go-to, I used to, like when I was like starting out, I was like, these are my funny shirts and I have to wear this shirt from Walmart with like, don't dick on my balls or whatever. But I think after a while I was like, oh, that doesn't really matter.
I think I opened for a guy who sold that shirt.
Probably for $35 plus a sticker. But yeah, it's funny because there's this. I was just in Seattle, and there's this kid, Gunnar Israel, who he's opened for me.
What an unfortunate name, Gunnar Israel. Woo! Was Starvation Palestine not available?
But yeah, he has 3 outfits that he wears. None of them are. I think he's like Filipino or something. So he probably is so far removed from.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Yeah.
When they hear that name and he comes out, they're just like, "What is happening?" I used to, I think, have like things that I would wear more.
Mm.
Because I've gone through periods where I'm like, I just want to look normal and kind of blend in. And then I had periods where I was like, I want to dress like myself. And I felt a little bit more like peacocky.
Mm.
And now I feel like I'm in that middle line where it's like, I want to dress like myself and show, because comedians, it's not like music where like they can like hear a chord or something and catch a vibe. Like with comics, the only way to kind of telegraph who you are before you start talking is kind of what you dress like.
Mm.
And that kind of gives an audience an indication of who you are a little bit. So it's kind of like the packaging to an album.
Yeah.
So I used to think about it a ton, but then I got fat and all my cool clothes stopped fitting me.
Did you ever have a suit phase?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every comic goes through a suit phase. I had an all, and also it fit in with that, I had an all denim suit. Like it was an
Whoa.
actual suit made out of denim. Justin Timberlake style. And not really. It was like I got it at like there's a place here in LA called like American Rag that's like a lot of hipstery kind of stuff. And I had this denim suit and I would fly in on the Thursday, wear my normal clothes on the Thursday. Then I would wear the bottom part of the suit with a button down on the Friday, and Saturday I would wear the full suit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had I was king of H&M, so I'd go through there. I get all their like colorful pants and like a dress shirt, and I had like various ties to match the pants. And then when I had like a little bit more money, I had a blue suit. That was my favorite one. I had like a tan tweed suit, and then I had like a kind of shittier blue suit if like the other blue suit was like in the cleaners and stuff. But
yeah, in my early improv days was when the Strokes were really big.
Yeah.
So I used to wear a lot of suits then because you could just go to a Salvation Army and for $12 buy a suit off the rack, and it is very easy. You know what I mean? To just throw it on, and they're fairly comfortable. So it was just t-shirt, suit, and a pair of Converse in my early 20s, and I had a tweed one that was great. And you're a Chicago dude, you know Big Shitty Tap.
Oh yeah.
So one night I was at Big Shitty Tap, and apparently I bought a candy bar earlier that night, and I put it in my back pocket, and I sat down in my tweed suit, and it eventually melted and exploded, so it just looked like I shit myself. And if you've ever been to Big City Tap, it's a 4 a.m. bar in Chicago that is the kind of place where people shit themselves.
Yes. So probably there's at least 9 other people there like, twin.
Nice. And we'll go ahead and end on this one, guys. What change improved your life so much you wish you'd done it sooner?
Getting sober. I got sober at 29, and I wish I would have did it the first time. I almost died from drinking.
When
in
did
my
you,
like mid-20s.
When did you start drinking?
13?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I started at 13, got sober at 29. And I will say this, getting divorced, getting sober, 2 of the best things that ever happened to me. Like, and therapy. Like, I know you only asked for one thing, but like,
no, we'll take all. Whatever you got.
yeah.
Ooh. I would say betting on myself more and like choosing to really like let my family in. I think I, for the longest, put up like a guard because I wanted to have a perception of who I was, and I didn't want to let my family down more than anything else. And once I was able to kind of be vulnerable to them, and then allow like there's times me and my cousin both were just talking about like how we had both at different intervals had considered, you know, I don't know if you can say it's YouTube unaliving. I guess that's the new. I fucking hate that, but like just us, because he's like my brother basically, but just us having this like talk of the different responsibilities of being men and also like being black men and all the pressure that comes along with that, and the eyes that are constantly on you in that regard. It really opened up like how I talk to my family. Like, so now like when me and my mom talk to each other, it used to be kind of a thing of like, oh yeah, things are good, whatever. I don't want to like go too deep, but now I'm like, I'll talk to her about my relationships or vent about like, oh, I'm having issues with these friends. What should I do? Hey, this job offer came, but it pays this. And she'll say, oh, you know, pray on it. But also like, that's not enough money. Like you shouldn't be moving for XYZ. So I think letting my family in and being able to really open up to them is number one in therapy also. Like I tend to blame myself for so much, and having a licensed professional say, hey, the issue is you let too many people into the best example, the best, like, I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, but visual perception or whatever, was he said, if I am a house and I have a fence around me, right now my fence is a picket fence where I allow too many people to just come into my house and take the resources of me, because I'm a very giving person and always been that way, but it's always to my detriment. And he said what you need to do is change that picket fence to like a chain link fence with like a door, so that way you're able to let people in and out, and that has like changed my perspective on so much.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Thank you guys both so much for doing it. Just really quickly, do you want to let everyone know where they can find you again? I know you guys already mentioned, but thanks so much for doing it, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks
That was
for
great.
having us.
Yeah. You can find me on all social channels at Martin M. Morrow, spelled like tomorrow, and Before the Bell podcast. And also shout out to these guys for the shirt they gave me. They're from Melbourne.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, protect the business.
I'm at the JF Harris on Instagram and TikTok, JF Harris Comedy on YouTube. That's pretty much the bulk of it, and JF is initials, but you'll see that on wherever the fuck you're watching this or doing the thing.
Exactly.
It's not Jeff.
Thank you guys so much. Right on.
Thank you.